Welcome back for another Minecraft video here on the HelixCraft server. Today we're going to be working on our wool farm, and to be able to produce a lot of wool effortlessly, we're not going to have to do anything. It's an AFK-able machine that just works all by itself, and then eventually we're going to be able to turn that wool into emeralds so we can start establishing our trades with our villagers in our trading post, which will be an upcoming episode. So if you're looking forward to seeing those new episodes, consider subscribing with notifications turned on so you never miss that upload. I want to say thank you very much for everybody who's been supporting the channel so far, and thank you to my subscribers. I really appreciate it. We finally hit 25 subscribers, and I look forward to growing the channel even more. So if you're new, please hit that subscribe button to help support the channel. I really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the episode.
Alright, so let's go ahead and build up our area for which we're gonna have this coming down here. We might as well put it right here. Alright, so the start of our sheep farm, so we can start getting emeralds from these guys, because these guys, I don't know how long this will actually last. I would hope it would be permanent, because I mean, freaking save their life, you owe me. But we'll get some sheep wool going, and hopefully we'll still have the really good deals. Alright, so what we're gonna do is basically build up here. I don't want it to be too far away for the rail system. Make sure that he can't get out of there. Okay. So this is where the sheep's gonna go. So that'll work. Let's do hopper up, and we'll need to make basically a rail system going right underneath this one. So maybe up one, over two, then up. Yeah, on that level right there. Go that way. And do one more this way. Okay, so this is going to be where our rail line is. So let's go ahead and count out exactly how far we're going to go with this, because technically we don't want it to really go much further than that. So let's go get some building blocks that we want to use. Alright, so we're going to go that far. We're just going to put the lever right in there. Shouldn't be that big an issue. We can turn it off and on if we want. So when we put glass and everything like that over this area, this could be where our first sheep gets picked up. Let's go ahead and put this right here. Let's line out. That's like the bare minimum of where we want it to be specifically. So this is going to be where our grass is going to be. So let's go ahead and place our dispensers. Just go ahead and do that. So go one, skip a space, and go all the way down the line to here. Okay, so this is where we're gonna go. Let's go ahead and go one more over just so we can put our lever down. I do want this to have at least a decent amount. I think 4 should be pretty good, but I want a decent amount of hoppers to be able to unload. And then I always put 2. And with this long of a track, I would actually probably put, since I'm lazy, I'm just going to use a redstone block here. But you could put a lever through here, but what I mean by this is with a long track like this, I definitely want to make sure that this is not going to get stuck. If you're not seeing any wool coming through, you probably just need to dig it up and check again. Alright, so now that we got this rail system built, put a minecart hopper on the track and then just cover it up with dirt. What's going on? Oh, okay, good to know. Oh, well, I'm not gonna worry about it. At least it's not them getting attacked by somebody. Alright, back to what we're doing. Now we got the minecart hopper and rail put in place. All we have to do is cover this all the way up and let this grow grass over the top of it again. The grass will grow even with the glass on top of it, so we don't need to wait around for that. But we do need to put a line of, we'll just dig out a line right here behind the dispensers. Okay, that should be the last one. And then the block underneath the dispenser, you just want to remove that. And then what we're going to do is put our observers hitting that far block in the back, so that red dot right here is kind of showing towards the back here. Alright, now that we got all the observers put in, we want to put a block for that observer to power. And then what we're going to want to do is put a redstone dust on each one of those blocks. After we've done that, we can just fill this all in with regular dirt, just so it's kind of nice pathway back behind here to be able to restock your dispensers. And then on top of each of the dispenser, you're going to need to put one piece of glass, and then basically have a 1 by space in front of each one of these dispensers. That way the sheep can't get out. So after you're done placing all the glass, you should have something that kind of looks like this. What I would recommend is to have a piece of glass in between here. You don't have to do, well, I mean, I would prefer to do glass just because the grass block can continue to grow. But I'd also put a torch or a lantern or a torch on top of it. That way, one, it lights up this whole area, but also it makes the grass grow a lot faster. So that way you have more of a chance for the sheep to eat the grass and trigger the machine to shear them. Plus it's a good easy way to get up there and you don't have to use a ladder or anything. The only thing that we're going to need to do is actually put some shears in there and then get the sheep in there. The sheep is probably the hardest part, but now that you have your shears made up, you're going to want to put at least one shear in each one of these. The more shears the better. So once we have the iron farm up and running, we're going to have these things like loaded. That way we can maximize the amount of wool that we're getting, as well as the amount of emeralds that we're going to be getting from the villagers. Alright, so now all we have to do is get those sheep in there. Come on, no. Follow me, follow me. The tricky part about dealing with two sheep is trying not to get them to both fall into the same hole. Come on. And the tricky part is getting the sheep to fall into that perfect spot. There we go. Alright, now that we have a sheep in there though, I would recommend putting a trapdoor above it, so that way we don't have another sheep falling in there. There we go. This block will help. Nope. Perfect. Does help. And I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to have it face kind of the same direction, but not. Alright, now it's time to get the rest of them. Wow. That doesn't happen very often. Okay, let's go get another one. Perfect. Kind of liking this block being here, actually. Maybe it's helpful. I think it is helpful, actually. So, next tip, something I just learned, putting these blocks right there is actually really helpful to keep them to go in there a lot faster, I think. We actually have more. Oh look, these guys are already getting sheared. Perfect, we're making money. I think a mare would be a good idea. It's like, guys, you need to just make shops. Everybody's like, do you need this? Do you need that? It's like, if you don't need it, you know, put it in a shop, and then that way people can go to the shopping district and be like, hey, what do I need? And they can go shopping. It's kind of the cool part about that. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. I love HelixCraft, actually. Come on. Perfect. Yeah, that worked so much better. Alright, I mean, that didn't take us very long. That'll be a pretty good video for my sheep farm. We got it all up and running. This is probably not going to be the permanent location unless I just... I don't know, I might. We'll see, because if I just build this out, kind of make it look a little bit more like, you know, put some stone around it. I don't know. I don't think this is going to be a permanent location, to be honest. I'll probably end up putting it somewhere else as the season develops, but that's a really easy way to get sheep wool very quickly. As soon as the grass grows here, the sheep will eat it. The observer will notice the change in the the grass block and then shear the sheep, and then your mine cart on the bottom is going to collect all the wool. And let's see how much we've gotten so far. We've already gotten 16. So in that amount of time just to build it, we have enough, I think. Yep, boom. We have an emerald already. And we can actually replace with shears, because I mean, heck, shears, that's a good deal. And that shear will actually give us a lot more wool. So with this guy, I mean, this guy hasn't even used up that, but anyway, that's a really easy way to get a lot of emeralds early game. Eventually, we're going to be doing a lot more trades with these villagers to get a lot more money. That's going to be one of the best ways to make money. We have a lot of fishermen in here because I think the barrels on the inside, which is not terrible because once we get our guardian farm, we're probably going to have a lot more fish coming in. But we'll give these guys different trades. We still have that villager growing up. We had one villager die. It's not that big a deal. But these villagers will eventually get transported into our iron farm, and then that will be our main source of like our trading and stuff like that. But the tricky part is going to be, yeah, I mean, I think that it'll work. Hopefully we don't have too big of an issue with getting them their trades that we want, as well as the place that we want them to be. So we'll see how that all works out. Pretty much it for the beginning of our trading with villagers and how to turn wool into emeralds by using this very simple, I mean, it didn't take me very long, it didn't take a lot of resources, I think, to get a really easy up and running farm that you don't even have to do anything with. This will be self-sustainable as we buy things and sell things with the villager. We'll be able to replenish this even without our iron farm, so that'll be really helpful. So anyway, if you did like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this. We're going to be doing a lot more farms here in the future. We definitely want to get our iron farm up and rolling. Comparative to the iron farm that I built in my first series, this next one is going to be a lot better. It's going to be a lot more user friendly and useful. Oh, perfect. That guy just got himself trapped. I don't know if that's a good thing though. I probably have to let him out. Anyway, we'll see where we're gonna find where we're gonna put our iron farm. I kind of want it to be somewhat in the center here, so it might be like right here, on this hill right here, and that'll be the next episode, is getting that started and getting these villagers placed and positioned where we want them to be. Again, it's going to be the tricky part of getting the workstations placed where we want them, and then get the trades that we want. We'll all go through that in the channel, so make sure that you're subscribed with notifications turned on so you don't miss those uploads, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.